Hello, people of the internet. My name's Isaiah.
And my name's Matt.
Wow, really joyful today, Matt.
Yeah, I'm happy. I'm excited for this episode, like for real.
Oh, yes. Big time topic. But yeah, welcome to the Mildly Ignorant Podcast, episode 22. Big 2-2.
2-2? Oh my god.
Like the year.
We just missed it because, yeah, it was like...
Yesterday was 2-2-2-2.
February 2nd. Yeah.
2022, wow.
I mean, it would have been like Wednesday when this comes out.
Yeah, true. We're recording this at the very last minute because Matt unfortunately has adult responsibilities now, and we have to record very late, last minute. But yes, today we're here amidst the political turmoil that is happening in Canada. People roaming.
We weren't going to talk about this.
People are roaming the streets.
We're late because I couldn't get home because I was stuck in downtown Ottawa.
Basically, yeah.
All week.
Everywhere, the whole world Canada's fallen to pieces, and that's why we're here today to talk to you about comic books. Huh, Matt?
Sure.
Sure. Yeah, we're not going to talk about the freedom fighters of Canada here. We're going to talk about the real freedom fighters, Spider-Man and Batman.
That's so cringe. I love it.
But yeah, Matt and I found out apparently just a few days ago. I thought Matt was just too gay for comic books. I didn't think he would be into comic books.
You've literally seen my comic book collection.
I've never.
I've showed you.
You've mentioned this so many times now, but I do not recollect any of that. I don't recollect any of that.
You probably remember the other thing we did in my room. Literally.
Play rock, paper, scissors?
Yeah, that.
But yeah, well, I don't know, Matt. You maybe had a collection of like fucking Harley Quinn comic books.
Yeah, it was all just basically Harley Quinn.
That's literally the equivalent of like...
And some Batman.
Yeah, okay, that's just the equivalent of like someone that like pretends to be like a fan of something and not...
Nobody fucking... What is that? That's so pretentious. Nobody pretends to be a fan of anything.
No, but like...
That's the stupidest thing I've ever heard. Like, why would you do that? Just shit on it. Just shit on it. Like, why are you pretending to be a fan? Like, there's no such thing. And there's nothing stupider than somebody who goes like, oh, you're a fake fan. Like, shut the fuck up. This isn't the thing Olympics. Like, sorry, I don't have a fucking gold medal in being a fucking comic book fan. Like, blow me.
No, but I think there needs to be a certain threshold, you know? Like, you need to gatekeep to a certain level. Because take anime for example. Are you a weeb? Are you an anime fan if you just watch like Pokemon or like Avatar? Those are technically animes, but they're Americanized as shit.
Avatar's not an anime, but Pokemon literally is an anime.
Okay, well, Avatar's filmed in it's the same cartoon style as an anime, so that's what I consider it.
It's inspired by anime.
Yeah, it's still an anime. I mean,
but I mean, like, no, it's not. But okay.
Okay, well, we're getting sidetracked here. Okay, let's test. Let me test Matt's comic book knowledge.
You're literally Googling the most obscure question.
Comic book knowledge test quiz.
See, I know a lot about characters, but like I have actually read very few comics because like I have this thing about like reading them in order, and I find it so hard to get into certain series like in order.
Matt, Thor first appeared in what comic? Tales to Astonish, issue number 84. Journey into Mystery, issue number 85. Journey into Mystery, issue number 83. Or Tales to Astonish, issue number 81.
That one.
You're a fake fan if you don't know the answer to this one, Matt. You're wrong.
I don't even fucking like Thor.
Yo, why is there walking down this list? This is cringe. Leave.
Because it was a comic. I
know, but I'm only talking about DC and Marvel right now. That's the only thing I talk about right now. But yeah, so I'm a real fan like Matt. I had a like I nerded.
At least I have a collection. Where's yours?
I still do have all my like more expensive comics. I got rid of all the rest. All the ones that are worth more than like $5 I kept. Actually $10 because most of them are worth $5 now. But like Anything over $10 I've kept. Those prices fluctuate like crazy, so they're probably, I don't know what they're worth now. I do have a first edition Sleepwalker, which is like $10,000 or $100,000.
Damn.
That's mint though. It's not obviously mint because I'm not the person that keeps them in the sleeve. I take them out of the sleeve to read them. So that automatically kills the value, but hey, I want to read them. I don't care about the money.
Exactly. I think, I don't know, there's a novelty to like collecting shit like that, but like I am years past like being a collector. I think it's silly.
I mean, it's also very like old school boomer, like collecting comic books. No, it's like an old collecting thing. No one really does that anymore.
Yeah, that's true. Especially when like everything's digital now, right?
And you also need to remember that these things are getting older and older by the day too, right? It's not like they're getting harder and harder to get.
Yeah, that's true. No, I can appreciate that, but like I don't know.
I don't even know. Like, do we even have a comic book store in Ottawa? Like, I don't think.
Oh yeah, I think so.
Comic book store. Okay, we do. Have a few. I'm just surprised that those things still exist.
I mean, the thing about comics now, though, it's like not only are they like obscure and hard to come by, like I don't know the classics or whatever, but there's literally just so many.
Well, yeah, exactly. You can't read them all, obviously, but
yeah,
I remember.
What was like what? Oh, sorry.
I was gonna say, like, I remember when I was little, like, my grandmother, she got me my first like ever huge box of them because she went down to like the US, and down there obviously they have more of everything compared to us.
Yeah.
And she went to a comic book shop that was like selling them like for dirt cheap, and she bought like a huge box with like 500 of them. And now that's so cool. And then that's when my storage cabinet started. Well, not storage cabinet, but like file cabinet started. And at one point I must have had over like 1,000. Damn. All gone. I read every single one of them.
Nice.
And I will stand and die on this hill that new comic books just aren't the same. Especially Marvel. Marvel dumbed down to.
Now, what do you mean by that?
I mean, DC's not that bad, but like Marvel really dumbed down their comics to appease kids. Meanwhile, like the comic books back then were really like more edgy, I guess, or like more adult oriented.
Yeah. Like, that's when, like, comics first came out, right?
Well, yeah, when
I don't want to say, like, first came out.
Well, no, not in the 30s, but, yeah, it's like 70s, golden age.
Yeah.
70s, 80s.
I don't know, there was, like, an ebb and flow when it comes to, like, comic contents, but also just, like, their readers, like, who they were popular with, right? Like, obviously, if more young people started picking up their issues, they're going to cater to young people. You can't blame them for that.
Yeah, and I mean also just because Marvel is now owned by Disney, so they need to baby it out.
Yeah.
Man.
That's definitely going to like be harmful in the long run.
Man, looking at these comic books makes you want to start reading them again, but they're just so hard to get. And I don't want to pay for new ones because the new ones cost like $20 a comic, and you like read it in like 5 minutes because
and it's like one issue.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. I mean, I get why it costs that much because it's lots of work compared to like I mean, just I would say like an issue is probably not as much work as a novel, but like, you know what I mean, like it's drawings and art,
totally,
and stuff like that. So
like there are some comics that are just like absurdly beautiful. What is the Batman one?
Wait, let me ask you a question. Are you a pretentious kind of fuck that like just differentiates between a comic and a graphic novel? Because if you do, we can't be friends.
I mean, no.
Literally, graphic novels are just people are too pretentious to call themselves comics.
Like, isn't there the difference I perceive with it is like the physical difference. Like a comic is maybe like a couple issues, but a graphic novel is thicker. Like there's just more content.
Yeah, that's what it is. Just the size difference.
Yeah, exactly. That's the only like term I use to differentiate them, or like the
let me look this up.
Method I use. To
graphic novel versus civil rights. What? What? Versus manga. I don't really give a fuck about manga. Graphic novels contain complete narratives, whether they're comic books only contain excerpts of a serialized narrative. That's literally not true because people refer to The Walking Dead as fucking graphic novels. They can suck it. Exactly. See, look, the first thing that pops up is Walking Dead graphic novels. Suck it. The definition does not match because The Walking Dead was all issues. They don't even know their own.
What is
definition.
the difference between a graphic novel and a comic book? Graphic novels contain complete narratives, whether or not they're part of a larger series. Comic books contains excerpts of serialized narratives. What the fuck does that mean?
It doesn't mean anything because it's not right. Because literally, The Walking Dead is considered a graphic novel, and it's not.
It can be difficult to read a comic book if you haven't read the comic that comes directly before it in this series.
So, Walking Dead.
See, I think what it's trying to say is like, because The Walking Dead is like an ongoing story, right? Like it's fairly consistent throughout.
Yeah, but the issues do not wrap up like into like smaller plots. Each issue is on a smaller plot.
But like, it's still lending to the same overarching story. Whereas like, if you look at different like Batman issues, like there's complete different stories in like, I don't know, 6 to 10 issues, and then like 10 issues later it's a completely different like.
Okay, so would big story arcs like Infinity Wars be considered a graphic novel then at that point?
I think so.
That's literally cringe that they can change it like that. It magically goes from comic to graphic novel based off the story arc.
I don't know.
Cancelled.
Wait, okay, I want to cover this quickly. Do you ever get into manga?
Yeah, I read a few of them, yeah. Like a few series.
You're so cringe. Killing yourself.
Have you, Matt?
No, I don't think I've ever read a manga.
I'm sure you've read some whack like yaoi
Okay, wait.
shit.
No. I've only ever read like the first, I don't even, what do you call them? Issue? How are manga separated?
Chapters?
I've only ever read the first one of Inuyasha.
I don't even know what that is. So you're instantly more weebier than I am because...
how do you not know what Inuyasha is?
I've only read like the mainstream ones. Inuyasha? What the fuck?
Inuyasha.
Inuyasha. I've never seen that in my... Oh, wait, what?
Yeah, you have.
Wait, isn't this just the... What? Isn't there like an English name for it?
No.
Wait, what am I thinking of? Oh, I'm thinking of Sailor Moon. It's not the same thing at all. Okay. Well, the only mangas I've read are like Death Note and like Bleach, and even Bleach I stopped halfway through. Oh, and of course I read Dragon Ball.
Which is what I wish I could drink right now talking to you.
And Dragon Ball, but like who hasn't read Dragon Ball? I mean,
I haven't read it, but I did watch literally every.
That's cringier than me, man. Animes are worse than mangas because animes take forever. You're instantly cringier than I am, Matt.
Okay, but like the actual like Dragon Ball, not Dragon Ball Z, like the Dragon Ball anime was really
Dragon
good.
Ball GT.
I mean, I also did watch that, yes, but not until like years later.
Dragon Ball Super.
No, nothing past like Dragon Ball Z, and Dragon Ball GT.
How about Dragon Ball Evolution?
I didn't even know that was a thing.
That's the cringy live action, Matt, that came out in 2009.
Oh.
They got like a 1-star rating. It was.
I feel like my brother would have wanted to watch it.
It's literally terrible. I think it's made by the same people that made like the Avatar one. Oh no, never mind. It's not. It's not at all.
Because Last Airbender versus Dragon Ball Evolution. Did they come out around the same time? I think so.
Airbender movie. 2010, yeah. 1 year after.
Yeah.
But that one was made by M. Night Shyamalan.
Yeah.
Which is weird coming from him. But anyways, back to comics, Matt. I was going to ask you who your favorite comic book character is, but we clearly don't need to ask that. You fanboy over Harley Quinn.
Okay, I mean, I like clowns. I also like the Joker, but like, he's problematic and canceled, so like I'm not like a big fan. No, I'm just kidding.
Canceled Joker, fictitious character.
Yeah, I know. I like Harley and I like the Joker, and I like. Obviously, I'm not a fan of domestic abuse, but like I really did like the dynamic between the two characters.
Shut up! You literally fucking cream your pants over the daddy issues going on there. Uh-oh.
We're not talking about this. No, but I just like. I like Joker's aesthetic, and of course Harley's aesthetic.
I mean,
even more so.
For me, it's like Batman. Batman's always been my favorite. I mean,
hell yeah.
I mean, I know it's a mainstream answer. I'm not cool, but like it's just.
There's a reason why he's literally the best superhero.
Yeah. I don't know. It's like.
I feel like everybody likes Batman for a different reason.
Yeah, and I mean, it's also because like I think he has just the overall more fleshed out story and like, like
the best
supporting
the best rogues gallery.
Cast. Yeah, exactly, and stuff like that.
And the best supporting cast.
Like the only because Superman is obviously the other one that we always think of. Like Superman is the face of superheroes, but like when you think about his like story arc or like his supporting cast and his like rogue gallery, there's literally not that much. Like there's nothing that really sticks out. Like Doomsday is maybe like the most renowned one, right?
If your greatest enemy is a bald fuck, like you're kind of pathetic. Lex Luthor, like literally just like Jeff Bezos.
Oh yeah, Lex Luthor. Yeah,
Jeff Bezos is your fucking like main antagonist. You're literally just every human being on Earth.
It literally is Jeff Bezos,
right?
And like, Spider-Man, I would say is another really good one because he has a really good rogues gallery. But I feel like it's like a dumbed down, childish version, I guess, of Batman's rogue gallery. It's not as like dark.
100% agree.
Which is, I mean, it doesn't make it any like worse. It's just that it's a different style, I guess.
Yeah.
And I mean, that's Marvel. Well, Marvel has always been more cartoonish and like campy than DC, right? Yeah. That's just been their style. Exactly. Stan Lee style, I don't know.
Like, in recent years, obviously, with like Into the Spider-Verse and like the fiasco that is like the Marvel Spider-Man movies, he has quite a fucking supporting cast now. But I think they really fucked up with like Tom Holland as Spider-Man by basically making him like young Tony Stark. Like all of his villains are like Tony Stark's villains, and like in that regard, do not like.
I refuse to like.
I just think they like superhero movies. Obviously, have come a very long way from like what we had in the 80s and 90s, but they still just fuck up all the time.
I don't know. Even movies in the 80s and 90s had their charm. Like I still like lots of the 80s and 90s movies. They're really good.
I mean, yeah, we were literally talking about like the Batman movies.
Oh, the Batman movies are great, and there hasn't been a single bad Batman movie.
No, but like they could be better.
Solo.
Let
me clarify Solo, because Batman vs Superman was trash, but Solo Batman movie. There's never been a bad one.
Yeah, but like I don't think they're that great. I feel like they could all be better.
How could you improve the Dark Knight? The Dark Knight was cream of the crop. Is still the best.
Okay, I think one of the defining features that makes Batman such a likable character is his family, and none of the movies include his family, and that's my biggest gripe. I mean, apart from like Batman and Robin, but even then they butchered Robin and Batgirl. Like,
but didn't he? Wait, is it Batman Rises? The first one, yeah.
The Dark Knight Rises.
No, Dark Knight Rises. Sorry, yeah. No, that's the one with Bane.
It was just Batman.
First one,
wasn't it?
What's the first one?
Batman. No. Batman Begins.
No. The Batman Begins. It's like the old one, though.
No.
Oh wait, no, that's the 2005 one. Don't they talk about the family in that one?
No.
I mean, I don't know. It depends what they're going for. Obviously, everyone knows the Batman origin story, so I think that's why they don't revisit it. Although...
The fuck you mean they don't revisit it? We've literally seen it every time he's on screen.
Then what are you complaining about, then?
I mean, like, the Bat family. Like, Robin.
That's cringe. No, I'll no.
Jason Todd.
I refuse.
Tim Drake.
That's cringe.
No.
Including those people in that supporting cast into the movie?
Those people. His fucking family, his actual family that he lives with?
No, that's literally cringe. I would not like a movie that has Batwoman and Robin in it. Like, they're not...
They're two is a totally different character than Batgirl.
Still, all of them. Throw them all in the same category. It's just...
No, I disagree.
they're too B tier. There's a reason why they're on TV, like CW shows and not movies,
which are also fucking butchering the characters. Like, it's a shame because in the comics they're written so well. Obviously.
Even in the comics, I think Robin is the only one that I would say that was written well.
Which Robin?
All of them. The whole Robin arc. I thought the whole Robin arc was the only one that's been well written when you talk about like Batman sidekicks. And that's why if you go back to like that old Batman TV show, the one with
Adam West.
Adam West, yeah. That's why I enjoyed Robin being there. I mean Batgirl was also there, but Robin was predominantly there with Batman, and
yeah.
That dynamic worked.
I don't know. It could work because, like, all of the Robins have really good backstories too, but we just literally see Batman's parents die in every, like, bit of media, and then he's just, like, edgy for the rest of his life. But, like...
Man, you're gonna fucking hate this one coming out in March then, man.
I know.
If you don't want edgy, the whole movie's gonna be edge.
But, like, some of the best moments of Bruce Wayne's character is when he is, like, human, and some of the best ways to do that is through his sons. Like, through his fucking legacy.
Well, see, the problem is that they need that's not going to sell, Matt. That's the issue. It's not going to sell.
But, like,
so they don't.
Batman doesn't have a relationship with any of the characters in his movies. It just feels fake and forced. Because, like, I can't get close to anyone because I'm Batman. And it's like, that's dumb, and that makes you just like an outcast, and it makes you annoying, and it makes you pissy.
That's literally what his character was in the comics too. He never really, he begrudgingly took on Robin.
He literally adopted 3 sons and made them his I don't want to say crime fighting team, but
okay,
like
I think we're literally on different timelines right now, because the only like Batman's begrudgingly hated Robin, like.
Batman wouldn't fucking hate Robin.
Yes.
What are you talking about? That's his son.
Oh my god.
And I don't even care which one you're talking about.
I'm gonna fucking find this, Matt. We're literally talking about 2 different timelines. Fucking.
That's the thing. That's the thing about comics.
Well, yeah, there's different time periods, and different writers that write different shit.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I've always seen it as Batman hates Robin, and I mean they made it clear in at least the comics that I read.
I mean, like eventually, when the first Robin grows up, he does have an ousting with Batman, and he becomes Nightwing, and like he has a close relationship with Superman for a while as his like mentor, and then he moves to Bloodhaven, if that's what you're referring to. But then at that point, like he still adopts Jason Todd, and he still adopts Tim Drake, and he's got a complex relationship with Jason once Jason dies. Can we talk about like the goopery that was, where Marvel was like, hey, mail in if you want this character to live or not, and like the majority of people said no. But like now Jason Todd has become like such an iconic character, like the Red Hood, as just like people complain a lot about like grimdark in comics, but they forget that like they literally did that. They voted for Robin to die. Yeah,
the Jason Todd version, right?
Yeah.
I think I'm trying to remember the names, but I think the Dick Grayson Robin version was the only one I ever. Or no, that's the newest. Yeah, that's the newest one, right?
No, Dick Grayson is Batman's first son. His parents were circus performers, and they either died in an accident or they were murdered or whatever, depending on who's writing the story. And he becomes Nightwing.
Yeah, okay. Then Tim Drake is the third one. Yeah, okay. I'm trying to remember all this storyline, this lore.
Believe me, the Bat family is like comfort food for me.
I remember
there's actually a series out now, and it's called what is it? It's literally called like the Bat Family Adventures or something, and it just kind of follows Batman's kids, and like Batman's kind of like a side character. It's literally just like a fluff story. Like there's no conflict. It's just really cute to see all the characters interact.
Back in like middle school or like even high school, when I was like top into this, like really into this, my friends and I would always like spend all of like recess or like not really recess but like lunch hour, I guess, arguing over like who would win in what fight. You know, like those like theoretical fights that literally like it's like you have prep time, you know, like that kind of nerdy shit. Like that's literally what we would talk about.
Isn't there literally like a whole forum dedicated?
Yeah,
to
Comic
it?
Vine. That's what we were on. We'd go on Comic Vine and just like pick battles and we'd argue it over them. And it's funny because the other day me and my friend argued over it again, but this time it was like between like a comic book character and like a video game character, and we argued in like the group chat for like a whole day over it. But I'm actually on Comic Vine now, and that's like wow, this is a big throwback. Yeah, battles. Let's see what the top battles are right now, Matt, on the page. What are these? Oh, some of these are cringe. They're just anime characters. I don't really give a shit. Blue Marvel Superman versus Marvel Bricks. What? Oh wait. Oh, Supermen. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Well, anyways. Yeah, we used to do that during recess. During lunch hour all the fucking time. It was so stupid. Because especially when you start getting into like, I don't know if you were big into that. Like, I really liked like the like World Breakers kind of characters, like Galactus, Thanos, Darkseid, the Presence, whatever the fuck all the other ones are called. Are you still there? Matt, I can't hear you, boy. Wow. Well,
I'm here. I'm back.
Oh, you're back.
I think
you're back. Okay.
Audacity stopped. Yeah.
Uh-oh. Was it still recording again?
I'm still recording.
Oh, okay.
Did you stop?
No, I didn't start.
Okay.
We're keeping this in the video. We're keeping this in the audio.
Yeah, whatever.
Podcast. We're back. Little
Oops.
technical mishap. I don't feel like editing that shit out. But yeah. Did you hear what I said?
Yeah, I heard you the whole time.
Yeah, it's like that's what I really like the most about comic books was like the World Breakers.
Oh yeah, the characters who'd usher in the end of the world. I can see that.
Wait, that's not
fits you.
Trying to think, what's the actual term? They're not World Breakers. Comic book Galactus. I don't know. But yeah, so whenever we started talking about like who would win in a fight between like Darkseid and Thanos, like that's always like the big like the big combo that everyone talks about. It's like we'd argue for like days over that shit because like clearly there's no one that's gonna win, right? It's just a matter of like,
there's no consistency and like nobody is gonna write it because it's two different companies. Yeah. My biggest one that like because Scarlet Witch has like taken the fucking Marvel fandom by the balls. It's like everyone's like, who's the strongest Avenger? And everyone's like, it's obviously the Scarlet Witch because she can like literally manipulate reality.
Yeah.
And it's like, well, obviously she's gonna fucking win. Like people are like, yeah, Scarlet Witch versus Black Widow. It's like, okay.
That's like another thing too I wanted to talk about, like those big story arcs that they did in the movies, like Infinity Wars and then Justice League. It's a weird topic because like I understand one point of view where like they don't want to copy the comics because they don't want to just be identical and then it would take too long anyways. But at the same time, like I get that they're trying to put their own like swing on it, like their own like style to it or twist to it because they want it to be unique, right? They want the movies to be like its own universe, right?
Yeah.
Cinematic universe. But like I don't know, like I feel like they were I don't think the movie arcs were better than the comic arcs, but that's just like always movies never like work up or add up.
Yeah, because it's a different creature, right? Like a movie, you don't watch a movie for the same reasons you read a book or even read a comic. So like, it's never gonna feel like the comic books. So they've kind of got to do what they can. Mm-hmm. And then people are like, but this isn't exactly like what happened in this story. So the problem is like, either go with a 100% new story, or I forget what I was saying. Go with a brand new story, or commit to like turning the pages into a movie like 100% as much as you can. And like that's what I like about DC and what they've been able to do with like their animated movies. Like they've been able to, I don't know, like Hush, for example, like one of the storylines was like really well done because they literally just took as much as they could from like the story and made it into a movie. And like that's why personally I like DC, because they tend to stay in the realm of like their written counterparts more. But then I mean it's totally fair that Marvel is kind of going in a complete different direction with it.
Can we talk about that for a second? How DC does an amazing job with their animated movies, but have been shit out of luck for their fucking like live action movies.
Yeah,
like I've never seen such a duality of man going on in that company. Like I don't know what's so difficult to make a live action movie good, but they just struggle. I don't know if it's because of the director or what, but the only movie that was like half decent was like the Wonder Woman movie, and just
the first one.
Just the first one. The second one was terrible. Like
did we see that together?
No, we never saw.
I saw it.
I watched it in a very legal way. The second one, very legal way.
I think I also watched it a very legal way, while also not taking any illegal substances.
All those movies were ass. Like even like Birds of Prey was trash. Like it was
okay. I disagree.
Like the only one that was good was Wonder Woman.
We went to see the Suicide Squad, and that was fucking good.
True, actually, I forgot about that. That's
James Gunn's.
But I said they canceled it out because they had to do it on a second time to get it right.
Because it was a different director.
I know, but still, it was a second attempt to do the same movie of some B-tier ass group in the universe. Like they put so much effort into that.
But I mean, that's literally like what the Suicide Squad is.
I mean, at that point, they should have just like, realistically, they should have just slapped like Suicide Squad 2 on it instead of trying to pretend like it was a revamp or a remake, because the story like could have been made as a sequel, right?
Yeah.
Like literally the story was formulated as a sequel of sorts. Almost.
I mean, like. The only thing that you're only saying that is because like Amanda Waller, Belle Reeve, that gun guy, and Harley Quinn were in it.
Like, well, Harley Quinn was like wasn't Harley Quinn the only one that was?
No, the gun guy, the army guy. What's his fucking name?
He wasn't. Was he in the original one too?
Yeah, he was in the original one.
I do not remember that.
Rick Flag, yeah.
Yeah, but he was a different actor though.
No, it was the same actor. He was also the leader. No,
white. Wasn't there some white dude in the first Suicide Squad that was like the army guy?
It was the same guy, Colonel Rick Flag.
I'm looking this up right now. I'm on the IMDb. I don't believe you. He's not even on the front page of the IMDb. What the fuck? As Griggs. Okay, this guy. What? No, wait. What? What the heck?
It's funny because like he wasn't, because the movie had Will Smith in it, right? So they were like
Will Smith. Yeah.
They were like Margot Robbie and Will Smith are like the stars of this movie. So like he wasn't on the cover, but like, and he's such a boring ass character. Exactly, like you can't even remember him.
I found it. He was white. Rick Flag was white in the original Suicide Squad. Fuck off. I was literally
That's what I'm saying.
No, you were saying the black
same guy.
Dude. It's
no. Oh, no.
You were saying the black guy.
No, I wasn't. I was saying Rick Flag. Fucking Joel Kinnaman. It was the same guy in the first movie. I don't know the
names. You were literally saying the black guy. I was like, no.
I wasn't saying... I was saying the gun guy. But I mean, like, no. I guess both of them used guns.
The gun guy. But anyways, yeah. I mean, I guess. Yeah, I mean,
it's the same guy from the fucking movie.
It is. Yes, it is. It is.
So it's just him, Harley Quinn,
poorly.
And you weren't listening to me.
No, you explained yourself poorly.
I didn't even say the black guy. I said the gun guy. Fucking listen when I speak. Viola Davis. And John Cena is in the second one. He's got a show at Peacekeeper.
I want to watch Peacemaker. I know you don't want to, but
no, I don't care.
I want to watch it. Apparently, it's really good, so I'm excited to watch it. But I mean, it doesn't matter. I still thought that they could make they could have just like marketed it as a sequel and it would have worked the same. In the grand scheme of things,
I think they did the best they could. They kind of wanted to get away from it because like the whole bit with Jared Leto as the Joker and like the over-sexualization of Harley Quinn.
Slapping the word "the" in front of the word Suicide Squad solved that issue.
Okay, but like we're seeing that with every Batman movie. How's it any different?
They're not trying to erase past mistakes.
Batman Begins.
They're not trying to erase past mistakes.
What do you mean? They literally do that with every Batman franchise.
They're not trying to erase the mistakes. You're saying the Christopher Nolan trilogy was a mistake? It's like the best trilogy or Batman. No,
I'm saying that's just what they. Well, did you expect like the Suicide Squad series to like be a series?
I'm saying they could have marketed it as that, and it would have worked better. I think than trying to act as it was a revamp, because it was a brand new cast of characters, and I feel like it would have been. I don't know. People like progression. They like seeing sequels of shit, especially in comic book stuff.
But I mean, everyone fucking hated the first Suicide Squad movie.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. They hated the first one. They still want to go see the second one. Slapping the word "done" in front of it didn't magically make them forget about the first one.
Only because it was like, oh, hey, this is a brand new director. It's a brand new story. It's like a brand new everything. Please give us a second chance.
Exactly, and they could have just slapped the 2 on it. And
no, because then nobody would have went to see it because they would have been like, wow, the first one was garbage. I'm not going to fucking see this piece of shit.
Yeah, but they still marketed it as a new director, a new direction, and a new cast and everything, and they would have done the same thing.
No, it would have been a smear.
Nah, I disagree.
Well, we agree to disagree then.
Suicide Squad, man.
I mean, I feel like the approach they took was literally kind of like what they do in the comics. Because like in the comics, everyone who's not Harley Quinn, I think, at one point has basically died. Like you don't leave the Suicide Squad, you just die. And like more characters get brought in, like more B characters.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, Peacemaker survives though. Dun, dun, dun.
Spoilers.
Spoilers.
Okay, that's something we got to address too. Spoilers. How do you feel about spoilers?
I hate spoilers with a passion. I can't enjoy anything that's been spoiled.
Really?
Yeah, that goes hand in hand with like rewatching things. I cannot rewatch anything. I do not rewatch TV shows. I do not rewatch movies. I can't watch anything a second time.
That's so fucked up.
It's so boring rewatch them that I've already watched twice. I cannot do it. Even for my most favorite, well, that's a lie. My most favorite show, my most favorite TV show. Wait, I said that twice. My favorite movie, my favorite TV show. I've watched them plenty of times, but that's it. Those are only 2 exceptions.
I love rewatching.
Even my second favorite TV show, my second favorite movie, I can't rewatch. It's like only an exception for like 1 of each.
Really? I love it because like each time I watch it, I like see like a new scene or I appreciate something in a new way that I wasn't able to before.
Yeah, I it's the same for me, but like I can't sit for 3 hours just for like appreciating one small thing that I didn't notice. It's not worth it.
No,
it's not worth 2.5 hours of my time.
You just look at it from a different light and see it like completely differently.
Nah,
I mean, to each their own, but
yeah, I can't rewatch things twice. Ever. watch it once. That's it. That's all, and it's behind me.
So cold.
I'm the perfect capitalist consumer, Matt. Eat,
obviously, shit.
Digest, and then move on to the next one. Which I'm not going to do for the rest of the Marvel movies because the rest of the Marvel movies suck. I'm probably never going to watch another Marvel movie.
I mean, I'm
maybe Doctor Strange too, but like they're running out of ideas. They're going into they're entering like B tier territory, and you cannot make B tier territory standalone movies. And that's why they're resorting to chucking it all into Disney Plus now, because they're getting into like She-Hulk and like Moon Knight and stuff like that literally no one cares about. No one asked for that.
I mean, obviously people ask for it because like they're making it.
No one asked for a Moon Knight show, Matt. I highly doubt that. No one even knew what Moon Knight was when they announced it. They're like, "Who the fuck is this?"
I only knew Moon Knight from like Marvel Ultimate Alliance.
Speaking of, what happened to that Channing Tatum Gambit movie thing that was going to happen?
How do you feel about the X-Men?
Those movies suck. I found them so boring.
I feel like there's such good storylines, but yeah, we just get the shit ones. How do you feel about Logan? Because like everybody liked Logan.
Logan was amazing, yeah. Logan was the only thing that was good.
Yeah.
It was really, really good. I mean, I don't know, the X-Men movies, I don't know, they felt so different than other styles of superhero movies, but not in a good way. They made them boring. I don't know. It never felt...
It's like, yeah, all of these characters have like such varied, unique and cool powers, and they just weren't explored very well.
No, they felt like they were going for the same vibe as like Watchmen, you know? Like Watchmen is another example that it doesn't follow traditional like comic book tropes. Like it's not just punching and buildings exploding and shit going everywhere. Like Watchmen is like a very like dark, gritty, like fucked up kind of comic book. I got in trouble for this comic book.
Yeah, we've heard the story.
Yes, episode 11. I had no idea. I just spit out. I was
like, holy shit, you remembered?
I do not remember. I can look it up in 2 seconds, though. I'm kidding. I'm not going to do that. That's one movie I actually never watched. I actually never watched the Watchmen movie, though.
Me neither.
It came out a long time ago, 2009. Well, not really long ago, but long enough ago. They made a TV show, too, that I never watched. Like, it was on HBO Max. Apparently it was really good.
What was that called?
Yeah, it wasn't called Watchmen. It was called like
I mean,
TV
it came out. You said 2009. That was 13 years ago.
Oh, never mind. It was called Watchmen, the TV show.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it came out in 2019. Rip. What the heck? I thought it was a lot more recent than that.
What do you mean? It's only 2022.
Yeah, I thought it came out like 2020 or 2021, like early 2021. I guess I'm wrong. It's on Netflix? What? Wait, no, that's the movie. Never mind. Okay. I'm all over the place right now. Holy shit. Okay, well, Matt.
Yeah.
Other question.
Yeah.
Who are you least interested in the Marvel or DC world? Like mainstream superhero.
I mean, like,
you couldn't give a shit less.
I fucking hate Tony Stark.
Like
Iron Man.
Like Iron Man? Yeah, like comic book Iron Man?
Comic book? I'm talking
about comic books, yeah. We're going back to comic books. Like.
Bring it back to comics.
Because for me, it's an easy answer.
What is it? What's yours?
Green Lantern. Like, I can never get into comic books. I don't know. They're just boring.
Yeah.
Like, they don't have... Like, even Iron Man doesn't have much of a... Like, does he even have a rogue gallery? Like, it's weird. Like, well, what the comic books didn't feel like anything, right?
Yeah.
Like Batman, Spider-Man.
I just don't like speedsters in general.
Flash?
Like the Flash. And
I love how like convoluted they get with Flash.
I hate it because like
you know when the authors are running out of ideas when they start going like
it feels very Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah. He's unlocked a new speed that makes him go like back in time because he's so fast. And,
although did you ever watch any of the CW shows?
Nope.
I was really
suck.
I was really into Arrow when it came out. And the second season was really good. And then when they started introducing like the Flash and Supergirl, it kind of just got convoluted and boring. And like all the good plots were done by like the third season.
Yeah, a lot of people said Arrow was like one of the only good shows.
Yeah, the first season was like rough because it was like a pilot season.
Exactly, yeah.
But the second season was literally so good.
But literally like all the other shows are trash. Like Flash, I've tried watching terrible. Arrow can get into it because season 1 was rough and never gave it another shot.
Yeah.
Gotham, they butchered my baby.
Oh yeah, that was sad. See, Gotham could have been a good show if they just didn't market it as Batman.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
Like it was a very like compelling show, but the fact that it was literally just marketed as like Batman before Batman's time, it just didn't fit.
And then like Swamp Thing and like Batgirl or Batwoman, they made a TV show of. Batwoman, I think.
I think it's Batgirl. No, there was a Batwoman, and it was Ruby Batwoman. Rose or whatever.
Yeah, and then she got removed after one season because she was a pain in the ass to work with, and they cast someone else. Season 2, that next seasons have been filmed. Yeah.
Yeah. And like they butchered the character because Batwoman's character Kate Kane should be handled like Batman. Like she could easily be as popular as Batman if she was handled right in like the media.
Yeah, well, that's never gonna happen.
Nope, because they can't even fucking write Batman, let alone a female version.
Yeah, that's why I never watched any of these TV shows. They were terrible.
Yeah.
And I don't like shows that are very episodic. Like Flash was incredible.
Yeah, it was literally like villain of the week.
Yeah, every single episode, new villain that he just clacks at the end of the episode and moves on to the next one. It was so episodic.
Yeah.
And that's one thing that I hate about all TV shows. I can't stand like episodic TV. Stuff like Criminal Minds and like CSI. It's just so repetitive.
I totally forgot that like that kind of TV existed. Like
the boomers eat it up, man.
It's true. Like what you see, like it's basically the TV that plays when the news isn't on. Like Criminal Minds and like stuff like that.
Yeah, well.
Did you ever watch CSI? No,
never. Ew. Well, I did like 2 episodes and I realized it was ass. So back when like years ago, when it first started.
Crazy. But I mean, yeah, when you do that with like comic books, it kind of just like runs its course. Where it's like, you remember this like one-off character that the Flash fought like 40 years ago? He's your villain of the week now.
Yeah, it's stupid.
Yeah.
I mean, at the same time, you have to build. Like, I understand why it's really hard. Like it's hard to build enemies up that will like sustain themselves in the long run.
Yeah.
Like, there's a reason why Batman is like the only one that's truly capable of pulling it off. Like that. Like, people don't realize the amount of effort it takes to keep something like the Joker going for so long and keeping people interested, you know? Like, Batman can only kick Joker's ass so many times before it loses interest, but somehow they manage to keep it interesting, right? And I think it's because the layers they add to it.
Yeah. But I mean, like, there has been times when, like, the Joker just kind of breaks conventions in terms of like what is going on, like the whole thing going on where like he cuts his face off. That was a cool story arc. I remember reading most of that, and it was like fucking dark and gruesome.
Here's another controversial topic that's controversial for comic nerds like us. What do you think of what's it called? I need to look this up just to make sure I'm not making a fool of myself. Is that? Wait, no, that's not what it's called. What's the Joker origin story one? It's not The Last Laugh. It's oh wait, the Killing Joke. Sorry, there you go. The Killing Joke was Batman's Joker's origin story. Do you agree? Do you like? Do you hate? Do you enjoy?
Was that the one by what's his face?
Alan Moore.
Yeah.
Came out in '88. It was his. Yeah, it's like.
Yeah, I own it.
Yeah, yeah. I used to own it. Yeah, it's like the most canon
version of the Joker story. I mean, it's also just like.
I mean, it's the only one, isn't it? Not.
There's been so many.
Really? Like origins, like showing who Joker was beforehand?
I
thought that was the whole that's the whole point of Joker is that we don't know who he is. This is like the first time ever and only time ever they had like an identity for him beforehand. I
mean, they've talked about like where he came from and who he could be, and like because like one theory is like he's the guy who ended up killing Bruce Wayne's parents, right?
Yeah, those are all just fan theory crap.
Yeah.
But
this one like actually put like a face to the name of who he was. I mean, it's good, I guess. Just like
I loved it. I know people just get mad at it because they don't want Joker to have an origin. They say it's better that way. I'm trying to remember, this is the one where like the red cape guy, Red Hood falls into the vat, right?
Yeah, and the one where the Joker shoots and paralyzes Barbara Gordon, like it.
Yeah, true. And then sends her dad in like the roller coaster.
That was fucked.
Yeah, that was fucked.
I mean,
sad edge the word before.
It was a good that changed Batman comics because like
true. And I remember reading this as a kid and it really fucked me up because this was like one of the darker ones.
Yeah, this was definitely not a kid's story.
It was a really dark comic book.
Because like Batgirl went on to be Oracle for like years. It wasn't until like 2015 when they like rebooted her and like gave her mobility back.
Yeah. And I remember I watched the movie too. They made like the animated movie they made of this one, like on a plane ride too. When I was gone to like a trip on a family vacation or whatever.
They added a sex scene with Bruce and Barbara.
Yeah.
That was unnecessary.
That was good days. Man, I want to get back into comic books again, but
it's so hard.
I can't be asked
that. Yeah.
If only they were like free online, like manga, that'd be amazing. I don't even know how. Like, I don't know how manga ends up like free on the internet like that. Not like copyright strike. There must be some like loophole or something where they can get away with it, but not comics. I mean, maybe there's. I mean, I'm sure there's illegal places to get comics online, like for free or whatever. But
I mean, it might just be because like we're in Western civilization, so like it's harder to. Because like maybe. I don't know, it's probably easy to get comics in Japan. Maybe I don't know. I'm just assuming, but like because of the whole translation thing, it's like one person buys it and then they like do the translations and then they can just release it as like English, and then like that way the like censors. I don't want to say censors, but like people can't pick up on it. I don't know. I don't know how it works.
I'm reading up on the manga thing. It's like it's illegal still. It's just that they get away with it because they're not charging people for anything for it. So they're avoiding like most of the criminal charges that would come along with it. I'm just surprised that like that like I knew that it was illegal, but I'm just surprised that there's such a like I said, like big platforms for manga but nothing for comics.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know.
It's also because like most comics that I want to read are like 40 years old at this point, so they're not digitalized. So I guess they can't unless someone takes pictures and uploads them.
I mean, like that's how I used to read my comics, but that was when I was in high school. So like I could find sources of it was literally like scanned.
Oh wow. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
I mean there's probably torrents, yeah. To be honest. Although
torrents
is like a 2010 thing, I've never downloaded a torrent in years. Probably because I've learned my lesson, but also because it's just there's easier ways to get stuff now than torrents. Without fucking bugging your computer and sending a Trojan up your ass.
Who's your favorite comic book antagonist? Because you said your favorite hero was Batman. So Joker. Who's your favorite villain? Oh, is it?
Tweedledee, Tweedledum, yeah. It's... Yeah, I don't think it's even close, to be honest. Although, like I said, I do like the... I can't think of the actual term they use in the comic book lingo. I know it's not Worldbreaker, but I just... Whatever, you know what I mean.
The big guys, the heavy hitters.
I really like the
big boys.
World breaking stuff, like Mr. Mezeptic and stuff like that are really like crazy, overpowered characters that I find really interesting. Like from other dimensions and stuff like that.
See, I don't, because it's like they don't follow the rules, so it just turns into a Dragon Ball Z fight.
Yeah, so like that and like Batmite and stuff like that. They're just I don't know. I just really like them because they have interesting powers.
Do you have a favorite I guess story or like run or series?
Not really.
I mean, for me, obviously, and it's kind of what got me into comics was like Harley Quinn's original run with like Paul Dini.
Yeah, okay.
It was 30 issues and like. It was really well done, and like, I don't just say that because like as a fan of Harley, but like one of the stories she's presented with, it's how comics are. There's like plots that like come out of nowhere, right? Mm-hmm. She was faced with like the moral issue of like, this little girl had these like codes to something. I forget what it was for, and like the mob and the police were after this little girl and. If they were to give up the code, like this little girl would lose her eyesight type of thing. So Harley ended up in like with this child and I can't remember, like Harley was poisoned or something, but it was either like her or the little girl's vision. And like in the end it like tore on your heartstrings and like Harley ended up like sacrificing this little girl's vision so that like she could either go free or like not die or something. And it was just like, it was not a black and white issue, and I guess like that's why I really like the story.
Is there a character you think that the movies did like movies or video games did more justice to than the comics? Because one person I can think off the top of my head is like is Penguin. I always thought that Penguin was presented a lot better in like the video games and the movies than he ever was in the comic books. In the comic books, he was kind of like a dweeb in the comic books, and they present him a lot better in the video games and the movies and the animated stuff than he ever did in the comics.
Yeah, I can agree with that. I mean, I think the character that is best represented on screen in any superhero movie is Harley Quinn. Like Margot Robbie in
that's
like the Suicide Squad, and even like Birds of Prey. Like that character is that character to the T. Like it's almost like she's right out of the comics. It's fucking scary, but not.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and that was like probably the best casting in all comic book movies.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, yeah, I would also throw Henry Cavill in there. Henry Cavill is literally just a carbon copy of Superman.
He's just
physically
so
speaking.
Hot.
Yeah. Like they couldn't have cast someone better to be like a Superman.
See, but like I think they could have personality wise.
Well, yeah.
Because like I know that like that what was the Superman series of movies called?
Man of Steel.
Man of Steel. He's like they really leaned in on like how he's an alien, right? But like
or the original Superman movies, they were just called Superman, I think.
Yeah, but like Clark Kent is actually like a really cheerful, jolly guy, right? Like he's somebody everybody loves, like when he's not being Superman.
Have you heard about the Superman curses though?
Like, yeah, of course.
Real life curses, yeah. Every single Superman actor has died. In like
it was like the first 3 movies?
Yeah, the first 3 movies of Superman died right after the movie came out every single time.
Yeah.
Car crash and all that stuff.
Well, the one was like paralyzed from the neck down.
Yeah.
Fucking it's Christopher Reeve. It's scary.
Yeah, it was wild. But yeah, one last thing before we wrap up. You want to give your thoughts on the new Batman coming out in March? The fact that they announced that it's going to be 3 hours, the second longest comic book movie in history.
I mean, we've kind of talked about it, and like, they seem to be taking a lot of like film noir elements, but I just don't want it to turn into like another action movie, because like,
I don't think it's going to be action. I don't think they're even presenting it as that. There's not going to be much action. It's just going to be real dark, edgy crap, I think, is what's going to be.
Because like,
it's going to be a very slow burn, especially a 3 hour movie.
Yeah,
it's definitely going to be a slow burn kind of movie they're going to go for.
Yeah, and I think it could work. I hope it works, because we're going to go see it. But like, yeah, because I don't know, superhero movies don't all just need to be like big action movies. Like, they can be other things too, and I want to see that. And we have yet to really see a superhero movie that does that well, I think.
Yeah, because Eternals kind of flopped.
Yeah,
and they attempted to do that. I'm trying to think. I swear there's been some movies that weren't really action-y. Shazam?
That was like a comedy, though, right?
Yeah, but I mean that's Shazam, though. That's literally it's. Yeah,
it's like it's a bunch of kids.
I mean, yeah, with Shazam, yeah, there's a bunch of kids.
No, but I mean, like, at one point, wasn't there, like, literally 5 kids who, like, combined into becoming Shazam, like Captain Marvel?
Oh, I think
or,
so,
like, Mr. Marvel or whatever his name is? Yeah. So, like, if you didn't take that from, like, a this is absurd point of view, it would just be a dumb movie.
Yeah, I mean,
Black Widow was a spy movie.
Watchmen, like we talked about earlier, that was a very, very non-actiony movie. It was a very slow burn kind of movie.
Yeah.
I don't know if it was done right. I mean, Watchmen is a very peculiar kind of...
Can we talk about how Blade doesn't get enough credit for being, like, the first superhero movie?
Yeah, no one remembers that, to be honest.
No, but, like, it set the fucking tone. Like, it was a good movie for its time, like, 98.
Yeah.
And, like... Wait, when were the Batman movies? I'm just thinking, because like,
didn't Ryan Reynolds was in this?
Wasn't Batman 89?
Yeah, Batman's been before. Wait, Ryan Reynolds was in Blade?
Yeah, but I thought Blade was like the first.
No. Batman was way before Blade.
Yeah.
Blade was just kind of like... I think they were kind of like in a lull, I think.
Well, because like, do you remember there was like Blade and like Elektra and like... really like shitty B tier like hero movies.
Yeah, I know what you mean. But this was like not even
Daredevil.
Well, they announced Marvels have announced a Blade movie, so I'm assuming they've bought back the rights, because I don't think Blade, those old movies were made by Marvel or any way, shape, and form endorsed by Marvel.
No,
the rights were bought from
who owned Blade.
It's the same with the Spider-Man movies, right?
It was... Wait, did I just read David Ayer? Directed... No. Okay, David Goyer. Goyer.
Distributed by New Line Cinema.
Oh, New Line. I say that like I know anything else that's New Line.
Well...
Nightmare on Elm Street, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Lord of the Rings. Huh. The more you know.
Should we move on to our user question now, Matt? Or viewer question?
Yeah.
We'll move on to our viewer question. Again, for those who want to ask questions, you can ask on Spotify, in the episode description, and YouTube comments, or on social media. Just send them to us, and we will add them to the list. And today we have a very apt question, since it is related to comics, and kind of inspiration from where this episode topic came from. This question comes from a viewer, and it's: which loser Batman villain gets picked on the most by the other villains while they're all locked up in Arkham, and why?
I've been thinking about this.
Yeah, I don't know if you want to go for like very low hanging fruit, because you could throw people like, Polka Dot Man, Penny Plunderer, Crazy Quilt, Clue Master, stuff like that on there. Killer Moth would be really good.
Yeah, but I don't think Killer Moth would end up in Arkham, would he? Like, he's not crazy. He's just a pyromaniac.
I don't think the question. I think the question implies that they're all there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Well, they're all locked up. Yeah. So they're all locked up. All these villains are locked up. I would say Anarchy, to be honest, the most.
Oh yeah, people would shit on him.
Anarchy is literally just a teenager, like edgelord, like Redditor, basically. He's just a Redditor.
Yeah.
He's literally just wants like no government and just anarchy.
It's funny because like, yeah, like that's a very like real. It's a like real world issue, but then like everybody in Arkham is just like Poison Ivy controls plants, like.
This kid's some fucking edgelord. It's read one too many mind camps, and now he wants to fucking ruin
destabilize the government.
Like, I'm not kidding when he's the Redditor. He's literally Reddit. He'd be my first pick.
Yeah.
Condiment King would be another one.
Just don't let him anywhere near the kitchen.
I mean, like, so many, like, the B, like, not even B tier, like, D tier, like, F tier villains would get bullied. I fucking love, like, stuff like Penny Plunderer, where his whole thing is he steals pennies, is the funniest thing in the world.
Yeah.
That shit's actually was written into a character.
I just imagine that, like, the main cast would just, like, make fun of him for, like, not even being in the news. Like, he's just, like, arrested, but, like, nobody reported on it.
Mm-hmm. I mean, if you want technicalities, Anarchy's technically not a villain. He's an anti-hero.
He also wouldn't be in Arkham.
He should be on Arkham. He's a fucking Redditor. Let me look up the worst Batman villains list, just to see if I'm missing anything.
Swagman? That's just you.
Calendar Man is a good one, but he kind of redeemed himself. Calendar Man has had some good writing.
I mean, yeah, in the fucking Arkham games, he was kind of terrifying.
Yeah. Kite Man? I don't remember that.
That's the thing, like, we didn't even talk about, but, like, Arkham Asylum was such a good fucking game. There was so much love of just Batman that went into that game. Oh. And, like...
I remember this.
What?
Orca.
Oh, Clock King.
Yeah, Clock King, Orca. Wait, what? Sin Fang? Even for 1940, Sin Fang made his first and only appearance in Detective Comic issue 35.
In terms of, like, newer characters, probably, like, Duella Dent. Hate that bitch. Stupid character.
True. Yeah, I was trying to think who that was, yeah.
Another stupid character I hate is Punchline. I don't even want to fucking get into it. You want to talk about Redditor. Do you know about Punchline?
If he's really new, no, but the name doesn't ring a bell, so I'm sure I don't know who he is. Who she is, sorry.
Yeah, so basically, her whole kind of backstory is that, like, she saw the Joker and then, like, learnt the chemical breakdown for Joker venom online and, like, just, like, kind of became, like, an extreme Joker follower. And then
she's
like
a henchwoman,
yeah, and she's supposed to be like the Joker's equal. It doesn't make any sense because she's literally a nobody with no history, and then suddenly she's like rolling with the Joker, and it just like, I don't know, characters who are a lot more intimidating than her have tried to roll with the Joker, and he just like would not have it. So it just feels like a joke. Like, yeah, she's like a brand new character. And like obviously she's like attractive and is like supposed to replace Harley Quinn as the Joker's girlfriend, since like
and that's the issue. Moved. That, comics have been here for like 80 years, and there's just too much like source material that you're gonna end up with these issues. It's impossible for them to like.
And like even characters like Harley Quinn, who is like a relatively newer character. She first appeared like 20 some years ago now in like the Batman animated series. That was her first appearance, and she's still considered a new character. Mm-hmm. So and then to just have this character come literally out of nowhere as the Joker's new girl, it's stupid. It doesn't make any sense, and her story's dumb. And she's like got this whole facade where like she goes on the news and is like, I didn't know he was such a bad guy. And it's like, fucking the Joker's been terrorizing Gotham for 60 years and you don't know that like he's a bad guy. Like he's literally like murdered the entire like staff at like Arkham Police Department, Gotham Police Department, like multiple times. He fucking poisons the water supply for fun, and like, oh, I didn't know he was a bad guy. Like it's just stupid.
He's just a silly little guy, man.
Just a silly little guy.
silly little guy.
You wouldn't have beef with a silly little guy, would you?
A silly little guy.
I just hate her. She was literally just made to like replace Harley.
Okay. Yeah.
True. Sorry. Yeah, we're going over time now.
No, it's fine. I want to wrap up one more thing. Can we agree? Best live action version of Joker is Heath Ledger?
Yeah, sure. Only because every other one has sucked, but even then I didn't like Heath Ledger.
Can we agree that the best animated version of Joker is... What's his name again?
Mark Hamill?
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, and like between Mark Hamill and like Heath Ledger, no contest, it's still Mark Hamill.
Well, I'm glad we could agree. By default, Matt agrees in the first one, but...
Yeah. I mean, wait, who else? There was Cesar Romero. We've had this conversation like a long time ago, and then there was
Jared Leto,
and then
instantly disqualified.
Obviously.
And then Cesar Romero, and then the TV show Joker, Batman TV show.
Oh,
Joker.
And Jack Nicholson.
Jack Nicholson, yeah.
Also bad.
He would be my second favorite. Oh, and also if you want to include it,
because the options suck.
If you want to include Phoenix in there.
Oh yeah,
even though
I totally forgot.
It's not the same Joker. I mean, like it's a new take on the Joker. So I don't know if you want to count him in there.
I never saw it.
Have you seen the movie?
No.
You haven't seen the Joker yet?
No.
Oh my god, Matt. Yeah,
I don't know. It just doesn't seem like my cup of tea, even though it's like one of my favorite characters.
I would say it's a very like dramatic, artsy take on Joker.
Yeah,
it's not like comic book or superhero based whatsoever. It's very like.
I mean, I was just saying I wanted more like superhero movies that weren't just action movies. So
this would be right up your alley. Yeah, it'd be right up your alley. But like, it just depends how like there's a reason why there's cringy like we live in a society memes now. Yeah, because that's the whole point of the movie was. And then, see, that's not the character to do it with. Boomers took the piss out of it and started making Facebook quotes out of it, and then Boomers ran with it and made fun of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I like the movie, but I wouldn't. It's hard to like compare him to the other Jokers, right?
I can't wait for the 2024 live action Anarchy movie.
Shut up. Is that a real thing?
No.
Okay. I was like.
I mean, it would probably be a CW show first, let's be honest.
And Reddit would love it.
Oh, true.
Okay, well, we'll wrap here, huh, Matt?
Yep.
An hour and 15. Pretty good. Okay, well, thank you, everyone, for listening to this episode of the Mildly Ignorant Podcast, episode 22. A little comic book heavy episode, but it's fine. Thank you if you listened to the end. Make sure to follow us on social media, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at the Mildly Ignorant Podcast. And that's pretty much it. You can listen to us on all major platforms, and we'll always be back to bless your ears again with another episode. Episode 23 next Friday, where we already have a topic planned.
Kind of.
We'll figure it out.
Hopefully.
Okay.
All right.
Until next Friday.
Bye-bye, everybody.
Bye-bye, everybody. I'm not gonna talk to you, Matt, until next Friday anymore.
Rude.
Bye.
Bye.